I want to kick off asking, what is it with the union movement in this country? It seems to have moved away from sticking up for the workers to simply becoming an ALP campaign machine and personal fiefdoms for the union aristocracy and their preferred apparatchiks. I noticed as much in this morning's Australian newspaper. It had a front page splash with the former health services union boss inheriting millions of dollars after declaring bankruptcy as a result of admitting fraud of union member funds. This is millions of dollars worth of union member funds that were taken from fraud. Then, of course, there's a story of Australia's highest paid union leader. It's on page 6 of the Oz. United Firefighters Union Peter Marshall. He gets paid $470,280 per year. Now, that's not quite as much as the Prime Minister, I'll admit, but it's still a pretty impressive pay packet to represent the 4,031 UFU members. Each of those members tip in $1,350 every year to fund the 12 employees and more than $2 million salary bill of Mr. Marshall's empire. And that ignores the litigation levy, which at one stage was an extra $520 per year per member, which actually saw an exodus of members. The UFU clearly has a healthy social scene too, with $770,000 spent on social committee expenses in 2019-20. Wouldn't you love an audit of those? And I have to tell you, with assets of only $9.1 million, the UFU is actually a minnow among the financial titans of the union movement. But it certainly likes to keep things operationally in-house. You see, the union website was actually designed by Mr. Marshall's brother at the cost of $77,000. Tellingly, the national UFU website, which I went to today, every link I clicked on had a 404 page error, which basically says page not found. It made me think that the $77,000 might have just been the first instalment in an ongoing service arrangement. Feel free to call me cynical if you like. But my point is this. The governance arrangements of some unions is clearly not up to scratch. These are substantial organisations. They are important organisations to our country. They deal with multi-million-dollar budgets and tens of millions of dollars in assets. They don't pay tax, which gives them advantage from the taxpayer, and many seem to scarcely represent their members anymore, sometimes trading away workers' rights in exchange for businesses driving union memberships. It's wrong. And I say that not because I'm anti-union, but because it appears the unions have lost their way. My grandfather was a very proud trade unionist, and he wouldn't recognise the movement that purports to represent workers today. Too often, the union no longer seems to be about the workers, the ordinary members. Instead, it seems to be there for the union powerbrokers and their cronies.